Alright guys, it is Pokemon Trainer Dave here with another opening here, and for my birthday I did grab the Breakpoint Elite Trainer box. I know it's not anything new, but it's something I wanted to pick up purely for the card sleeves, so I could sleeve up some cards, a deck. And then I had 8 of the the Breakpoint booster packs in there, as well as the box is able to hold your cards. And then obviously some additional things for playing the game. So let's get this open here. See if I can do it without hitting the camera. Now this is, wow, this is, oh, I thought it was double wrapped. It's just wrapped and then the inside one is wrapped. This is something that it is double wrapped. That was weird. This goes for about $39.95 at most big box retailers. I got this one at Walmart. Mainly, like I said, because I needed some of the stuff for holding my cards. So let's slide that out. Now this does come with the player's guide, which kind of tells you a little bit about the game and how to play the game. And then it does have kind of like a checklist for the Breakpoint set, which is cool. So there's that. This guy, if I can find the break in the box, here it is. This guy comes apart, and it's kind of like a giant poster. Get it all in there, which I'll probably end up hanging up in the office somewhere. It's kind of cool. I like it. So we'll keep that off to the side. This is nothing. And then we got the Breakpoint pack. Now, like I said, this thing ends up being like a card holder, and this is pretty sturdy cardboard, so then I'm happy about that. Some spacer stuff. The 8 Breakpoint packs, which I'll obviously be opening in this video. These are card spacers, so once they're in the box you can separate out, because obviously it'll hold more than one deck. You can separate out in the box, which is nice. Now this does come with a ton of energy, so this entire pack, I'll just open it up real quick. This entire pack of cards is just energy of various types. I think it's 45 energy that comes with it. It's just kind of like to stock you up. It looks like an even amount of each one, which is nice because I'm very low on energy in my collection for playing the game. And then you do get this deck, the sleeves for the deck. They have the Mega Gyarados on there on the back. And there's another Breakpoint pack. How many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Damage counters / dice. And then poison and hit counter kind of things. But like I said, this thing ends up, there's nothing else in there. This thing ends up becoming a small card holder, which is kind of almost the main reason I wanted this over just buying the packs, because I did want something to hold my cards, which I don't really have. So let's jump into these guys here. 8 packs. Let's see what we get. Now I assume the card trick is standard. I think it's the standard 3. We'll see. So let's see here. Let's focus on the card. There you go. So we got a Nuzleaf, a Gabite, which is good because I've gotten a couple of the hollow. The next evolution of this guy. I'm totally blanking on the name right now, but I wanted to be able to use him, and I need that. The All Night Party Trainer, Furfrou, a Slowpoke, Rattata, Skorupi, Pancham, a Reverse Hollow Aegislash, And the rare is a Eradicate, which is not a bad rare because this is something like I obviously am collecting the cards for collection, but also collecting them for use. And this is something that I would possibly use, maybe. That Aegislash is nice. This reverse hollow Aegislash, because I do want to get the Hone Edge line, possibly in all reverse hollows. That'd be cool. I do have 8 packs to go, and I'm talking a little too much. And it does look like I got the card trick correct. So 3 from the back. Everybody always does like 3 from the back, in front, and 2 in front, but what does it matter? They're all whatever. Fighting Fury Belt. Mawile. A Special Energy Splash Energy. This thing's interesting to me. I was looking at this the other day. Possibly start to use those a little bit. I don't know if there's a limit on how many of those you can have in your deck. Growlithe. Clefairy. Froakie. I'm getting a ton of these. Like, this is a very common card. Chikorita. This one too. Very, very common. Shelder. A reverse hollow Garchomp. That's the one I was talking about, where I didn't know couldn't think of the name. I was blanking on it. But reverse hollow, I got 2 of the hollows of him, so that's pretty cool. And the rare is a Golduck. I do like that reverse hollow Garchomp. That is cool. Card trick. Here we go. Perugly. Scizor Spirit Link. All Night Party again. A Drowsy. And if you guys watch Pokemon Evolutionaries, they say that this looks like Bill Cosby, which is hilarious to me. Shelder. Trubbish. A Ducklet. A Hone Edge. Nice. We're going to set that up there next to that Aegislash, because like I said, I want to get that whole line. A reverse hollow Trubbish. And a non-hollow Shiftry. So another one where I would end up using this in a deck, possibly. People tend to just collect the hollows and not actually use them. I'm looking to use most of the cards in decks. A Bursting Balloon, which is kind of a common one that people are using in their decks. A Durant. A Doublade. So look at there. Look at that. We got the entire Hone Edge line right there. Look at another Hone Edge. Nice. Shelder. Timpole. A Ducklet. A Glamow. A reverse hollow Palpitoad. Kind of cool looking. Oh, and a Gyarados EX full art. That is the shiny one. That is a nice looking card. Very happy with that one. And that's definitely something I would use in a deck. And it's in decent condition. Very, very happy with that pull. Set him a little bit higher than the rest. That's a nice one. Possibly one that you would... the cut looks pretty even. Possibly one that you would send in to get graded. That's a nice looking card. Cool art on it too. This is the 4th pack of the Breakpoint set. The Breakpoint set's probably one of the ones that I would want to look into collecting the entire set. I think it'd be cool to finish off one of those. So here we go. Aromatisse, Sigilyph, Max Potion Trainer, Furfrou, a Psyduck, a Gibble, which would allow me to do my Garchomp. I'm going to set that up there with them just because that's, like I said, something I'm going to end up using. Skorupi, Slowpoke, a reverse hollow Rattata. And I always set my reverse hollows aside because I like them. I like to build an entire reverse hollow deck. And the rare is a Greninja. Not a bad looking guy there. I don't think I have the middle one. I have Froakie, obviously, and Frogadier I think I'm missing, but that'd be possibly one that I would substitute into a deck. I'm looking at the Pikachu Libre set because the water side of that deck is kind of set up for losing. I would want to set that up to be a useful deck there. So there we go. 5th pack, Stantler. 5th pack, 6th pack, Slowbro. A Gabite, which we had Garchomp, Gibble. Here we go. And Gabite. I feel like I had that guy, but there's that entire line right there. Nice. Like I said, Froakie, very common. Ferroseed. Electabuzz. Staryu. Blitzel. Oh, wow. A Luxray Break. This is my first break card that I have pulled in pack openings. That is a really nice looking card. And the rare, I'm going to put this guy up there with him. The rare being a Meowstic. But that break card, look at that. That is a cool looking card. Those break cards. That's why I like this deck, because those break cards are just, those are awesome looking. 7th pack? Yeah, 7th pack. Here we go. Stantler, Slowbro, Ugly, Pancham, Growlithe, Esper, that's a new one, I don't have that guy. Anumal, I don't have that one either, that's a funny looking art, I like that art. Shelder, a Psyduck Reverse Holo, nice looking card, and a Holo Garbodor, that's a nice looking card right there. So we'll set him right there. And the last pack. So this ones are like my reverse holos, and then my lines, my interesting cards, and most likely the ones that I'll end up using rather than just collecting. All right, Arcanine. Luxio. So with the break card, I just need the Luxray stage 2. I could slide those in because I did get the Shinx. I have a couple of Shinx. Another Bursting Balloon, a Shelder, a Kricketot, a Rattata. Another Froakie. Surprise, surprise. Electabuzz, a Reverse Holo Trubbish, which we had, yep, right there. A couple of those guys. And the final card is a Seismitoad rare, non-holo. Nice artwork on that one. But I do have Timple. We'll keep these guys together. I do have Timple. I do have, obviously, Seismitoad now. But that's another one that I could slide into a deck and I could use. So, not horrible pulls on this one. A lot of usable cards, which is, that's important to me because I like to be able to use the cards, not just keep them. That Luxray Break is a new one for me. First break card. Really cool looking card. And then obviously this Gyarados EX Full Art. That is a nice card. So, hopefully you guys enjoyed this pack opening, or this the deck opening. Like I said, in the future, look forward to some more. And like always, guys, good luck and have fun.